What's such a boy of another reaction? In today's video we have Arsenal Not Like This by Football Iconic. Y'all bottling the league again, bro. Lee Gunner is fucking hilarious. Bro, I can't do this, mate. Mate. Get Arteta out of my fucking club, mate. He's rubbish. His tactics is horrible, mate. That nigga Lee Gunner is fucking hilarious. Zupa Mendy, get him out of my club, man. Send him back to Sociedad.
What is he complaining about here? Just get a room already. From being 9 points ahead with 8 games left to play, to having it all stripped away in what seems
crazy that's Arteta in that picture, man.
Like the blink of an eye. Coincidentally, almost as quickly as Ryan Cherky made the ball disappear in front of every Arsenal defender. Martin Odegaard cannot believe his eyes. O'Reilly, again, man, again. Can this man not give Arsenal a break? What did they do to him? Guardiola says that so far, Arsenal are the best team in England. Technically, it's true. But for how long? Look at this run of games, man. This is incredible. Contrast this with Arsenal's last 4 games. One by one, everything seems to be slipping away. They haven't won a game in England since before the EFL Cup final. The worst of it is that they probably look better against City this past weekend than they have in any game in the past 3 or 4 months. Donnarumma had a solid game overall, but still gave them a helping hand at one point. Gabriel hits the post, Eze hits the post, then for some reason is subbed out almost immediately when he looked like he was growing into the game more and more. I don't even know if science can adequately explain this. It makes you wonder if they really...
Yeah, his substitutions and shit is horrible. Arteta, like like, I don't know what he be doing.
are cursed. Declan Rice
Play Max Dowman. That nigga Lee Gunner love Max Dowman.
mouthing that it's not over is technically what you want to see, but it's also like he's saying it out of desperation here. He's not wrong.
Apparently that nigga Declan Rice got a hamstring injury, and Lee Gunner was saying that nigga hamstring is cooked. His hamstring is cooked, mate. It been finished for a while.
It's not over. Plus, Arsenal still are in the Champions League. They only have to get through Atletico Madrid. Tough task, but they have already thumped them this season, so there is a blueprint. And then it's either one of PSG or Bayern Munich to seal the deal. Yeah. Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back, I'm Tinashe. In the biggest game of the weekend, Tobe Jizzle scored a Trivela free kick at Wembley. Not much else happened this weekend. Yeah, not much. There was that other thing, a small, tiny thing. It's a Gooner nightmare right now. And yes, that is the last time I'll be saying that out loud. Honestly, I would have preferred if both Arsenal and Man
That is crazy. Gooner used to mean you was an Arsenal fan. Now that shit mean you a porn addict.
City lost this game because I am still holding out hope on that United title charge. It's still mathematically possible. I don't want to hear it. But from an entertainment perspective, I guess Arsenal collapse and a real neck-and-neck title race is a close second. It's not too bad. Cameramen all over England have very clearly been instructed to implement more fan shots these past few Arsenal games. It's like they're all Spurs supporters or something, and if true, and I guess we really shouldn't be that hard on them. Xavi Simons always looks like he's in a severely distressed
Man, your ass should have stated, nah, PSG was too deep. He ain't get no playing time. Your ass should have went to somewhere else.
situation. And who can blame him? Look at this. Really, look at this for a few more seconds. It's tragic. So let's jump straight into the Arsenal vs Man City match. The first half, I think we can all agree that it was a good showing from both sides, most notably, from my perspective at least, from Arsenal, who, as we all know, haven't been playing that well lately, and it was good to see them actually press the issue for the first time in a while. In fact, that's kind of what led to their first goal. A minute after Ryan Cherky spun the Arsenal defense, which was just an
That was some Eden Hazard shit.
Incredible goal. Havertz showed why he was chosen over Gyökeres to start, hounding Donnarumma. And this is a horrible mistake by the keeper, truly. Which brings me to maybe the most prominent critique that I have about Arsenal over the course of this game, which only really manifested properly in the second half, but you could see it in the first half quite a bit. If they were able to press Donnarumma and City so well, so successfully in this first half, even getting a goal out of it, why didn't they do it more often and more frequently over the course of the game? Donnarumma was very clearly rattled immediately after Arsenal scored that equalizer, and maybe it's just me, but I saw that there were quite a few moments over the remainder of the game where similar situations were occurring, but nobody was actually following up. Arsenal did have their chances, but sadly for them, Donnarumma had already recovered and had become a brick wall. In the second half, it seemed like there was just no gas left in the tank. Overall, they were just really poor and really declined as the minutes ticked on. They looked out of ideas, they continually gave the ball away to City in really problematic positions. It honestly wouldn't be too difficult to clip together a lengthy compilation.
Man, just no technical ability. Like Max Dalmanella, 16-year-old, 17-year-old nigga is the best technical player, and a nigga on the bench.
Of all the mistakes they made in that second half. And what makes this even
He's
worse,
the English Lamine Yamal, mate,
is that they were actually quite lucky, because it could have been a hell of a lot worse. How this shove by Gabriel was not a red is a mystery to me. Haaland said it himself, he's too honest of a player to go down here, but if he does, it's a red. But even as a yellow card over here, this was Gabriel's third or fourth yellow card offense over the course of this game, and him only getting cautioned means that he remains available for selection for many of the crucial matches to come. So Arsenal did get away with one here. He actually ripped Haaland's shirt off at one point, and no foul or card was given. I mean, Haaland was tugging him all game too, pause, but Gabriel was clearly the aggressor. Arsenal started slowing down, meanwhile City, more specifically Bernardo Silva, just kept getting stronger. This is the real
We cannot replace him.
player. He was everywhere. Probably man of the match for me, along with Nico O'Reilly. And because of all of
but yeah, Bernardo Silva still at Messi. I think I saw he leaving after the end of the season though.
this, everything that led up to that moment, I think a lot of people will probably say that they saw the goal that eventually sealed the win for City coming, because just take a look at the preventative effort that Arsenal were putting up for this goal, or lack thereof. It makes for some really grim watching. Whose responsibility is Nico O'Reilly here? This picture actually makes no sense. O'Reilly is in more space than Matt Damon. You can see right here, as Donnarumma is assessing his options, Ødegaard is screaming at Martinelli to cover O'Reilly instead of Guehi. Only Martinelli truly knows what was going on in his head over here, but in my mind, he chooses to cut Guehi's passing line to O'Reilly, forgetting that Donnarumma can just launch it over him with an accurate throw. And then we see over here his head immediately drops as he realizes that this mistake could very well have cost Arsenal the league. Obviously, Martinelli is not the only one at fault here. Arsenal still had about 7 players in front of him, and a lot of work still needed to be done, but when you give a team like City and players of this quality this much space, I'm not sure what else you can expect to happen. City simply outworked them and came away with a deserved reward, and this leaves Arsenal in an all too familiar position. The fate of the league is no longer in their hands. I think the general expectation is that City will defeat 19th place Burnley to take pole position after the game in hand. Then again, crazier things have happened before, and admittedly, if it does, it will be a welcome twist.
Yeah, I be wanting Arsenal to lose just to look at Lee Gunner reaction like, gang, that nigga be having me crying, gang. Let me check, what is their next game?
Now, if you have...
Let me check Man City next game and Arsenal game. I'll be tuned in just to watch this nigga like rage. Gang, Arteta is shit, mate. Oh, they play. These niggas is first. These niggas played they first in the Premier League. That niggas only put in 1 goal though. Dude. Arsenal, what is y'all next game? At least them niggas ain't bag 3. Bro, y'all gotta play Newcastle. Newcastle, I seen they was ranked 12th, but Newcastle ain't no pushover game. Dude, this is insane. 4 years in a row, 5. Newcastle 14th.
I've been watching these little recaps I like to do, after a weekend. You'll know that over the course of the entire season, I pretty much always believed that this will be Arsenal's year. There was just too much going for them in their favour. The early stumbles by all the usual contenders, the fact that they strengthened so well, but there is clearly some kind of bad juju going on here. We have the annual Arteta out brigade coming out in full force, and they may have a point. I already mentioned the Eze sub earlier on in the intro. I don't think he did too much over the course of the early game, but was growing into it quite...
Wiki, take that headband off me. You're not Ronaldinho.
well, and he looked more than anyone to be the most likely to create something out of nothing, which is something that Arsenal really did need it. Instead, he gets hooked out about 10 minutes after hitting the post. Leandro Trossard comes on in his place, and I think the very next chance of the game fell to Trossard, which he didn't do very much with. Again, Gabriel Martinelli wasn't solely responsible, but I'm also fairly certain part of the reason he came on was because Madueke just could not deal with O'Reilly. It's been a wild ride seeing his decline in stock over the past 2 years or so. He was
Y'all should have got Ulisse 5. Y'all should have got Harry Kane.
It's really highly rated, but now even Arsenal fans have started to turn on him. I think everyone universally agrees that his best trait is his pressing, but even that has become a bit questionable, hasn't it? It's not looking much more pleasing regarding those who started. Kai Havertz can't be relied upon to be consistent in front of goal. We all know that he's well capable of devastating opponents, but I'm still on the fence about Victor Gyökeres, and I know for a fact that I'm not alone. It says something when your £60 million striker is not trusted to start in your biggest match of the season, and he's only given 6 minutes.
Hey, Gyökeres get goals though.
It's to turn it all around. Again to Gabriel, he is an elite defender, but I just feel like his luck is going to run out one of these days, especially with the number of uncalled challenges that he makes, not just in this game. There's also the fact that it seems that calls of tightening rules around corner grappling and blocking keepers are growing louder and louder. Now, for the record, I personally don't think that any, official rule changes need to happen because of this. I mean, everyone is rough at corners and grapples and does all of this. Arsenal just do it better than anyone else. It's annoying, but the game is physical and it should remain so. Plus, teams are already adapting, and Arsenal haven't been scoring as many corner goals as of late. I don't think any of their corners against City were all that threatening. But if any rule change is to occur, then it's quite obvious that Arsenal would be hit more than just about anyone else. Meanwhile, Man City are just growing stronger and stronger. Kushanov and Gehi have been remarkable these last few games. Haaland is scoring again. How in the world did Man City get Ryan Cherky for £30 million? It's beyond comprehension.
They slept on that boy because he was in League One.
I will say that I don't think either Arsenal or City will win all of their remaining fixtures, but it's hard not to back City to see it all out. Anyway, I'm not going to speak too much about any of the other games that I saw this weekend because I think it's just beating the dead horse at this point, because Spurs will be Spurs. I watched them capitulate against Brighton and basically throw Premier League football in the bin. It was really tragic. It seems like the shock is over and everyone is bracing for it to happen. They just don't want to help themselves. I'm convinced of this. Xavi Simons gives them the lead and they're literally within seconds of gaining their first win in all of 2026, and they just throw it away. It's just so Spursy. Ironically, if they survive, that will also be very Spursy. I didn't watch the Merseyside derby, but even though people may criticize Van Dijk, one thing he's always good for is a late goal against Everton. I did see United beat Chelsea. Honestly, not the best game by either side, but a win is a win, goddammit. The winning goal was beautiful, and Bruno Fernandes is up to 18 assists. I was very impressed by Aiden Heaven in place of Martinez. No hair.
Bruno Fernandes be hooping. He be balling, bro. Nobody really talk about it. Portugal got a stacked ass midfield, bro. Vitinha, João Neves, and Bruno Fernandes. What the fuck?
Hair pulling moments, thankfully. We spoke a lot about Chelsea's problems in last week's video after they collapsed against City. And honestly, you can check that one out if you're still curious about what's going on with this team, because nothing has changed. The only difference is the number of protests going on outside of Stamford Bridge. Unlike my brokerage account, it's up. And there we have it. Longer video coming up later on in this week. It is on Brazil. That's all for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I will catch you.
Make sure to come subscribe and all deuces. Bot 2 jobs. Absolute bot 2 jobs.